Assalamu
Why
alaikum.
why they try to mute my mic? Why they do it? This what I'm talking. This what I be talking about. It's a conspiracy against Lil Jamal. It's a conspiracy. They won't mute my mic. But again,
They can't stop it. They can't stop a
right
big
here in the
dog.
lab. No, we're not in the lab. We're in JL. We're in Justice League headquarters. We're in Justice League headquarters. And again, another segment of Ron Telak. Glad to have the brothers on here. And as y'all know, I said all our guests are special. We got a special guest with us right now. We got brother Avon Ali in the house. And we say assalamu alaikum to the brother. How you are?
Wa alaikum assalam, my brother. Wa alaikum assalam. I'm doing good. Alhamdulillah. Hope
Yes, sir.
everyone is well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then y'all know we're gonna have a problem. Y'all know we got brother Bilal Akbar Poland in the house, and we're gonna get into it because y'all remember I had told y'all he gonna try to start some stuff, and I'm gonna have to mute him. So I'm glad to have you here all the time.
No, assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, man. Sheikh, man, appreciate you having me back again, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, man.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
pleasure.
Yes,
Man.
sir.
Allah reward y'all.
That's right. It's all putting the word out. That's what we do. Glad to have all y'all. We said everyone share. And again, Ron Tell That. And so, Brother Yvonne, I'm let you know this, how we do this on Ron Tell That. Because, now unless Brother Bilal want to add some other stuff in, because, he back again, but this is what we're going to do. Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Avon Ali. I'm tech and management consultant out the Savannah, Georgia area. Lived all around, been in Atlanta, out in Florida, but, I've been a majority of my time here in the South in Savannah, Georgia.
Alhamdulillah.
All right.
That's my Sahaba, y'all.
Yeah, I met Brother Bilal at the mosque after I got here in Savannah. Been a great brother to me.
Likewise, Habibi, likewise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but outside of that, all about Islam.
I was frozen. You ain't had to say that, Bilal.
Yeah.
You ain't had to say that because because y'all already say his Sahaba, that's his companion. He gonna try to take over.
Okay, we okay. You know what I'm about to bring, but what Sahaba meaning? We gonna put it in street terms. That's my partner. That's my brother. That's my home, man. To the end, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And so, Brother Yvonne, this is what we do. Because again, black folks is what we do. This is how we say, because again, this is part of our culture, part who we are. We say, who your people? Who your people?
Well, my people is my people here at Masjid Jihad down here. I'm in Savannah. I have people everywhere. In terms of my close people, a lot of them are in the Savannah area now. Connections out in New York and in Atlanta. So, if you know me out there, assalamu alaikum.
All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And the Brother Bilal, you want to add anything, about yourself? People right now, because we're going to be flowing right into it. But if not, it's all good.
Well, I don't think I had to introduce myself, but first and foremost, man, all praises due to Allah. May Allah peace and blessings be on the last prophet and all those who follow the path of righteousness to the last day. We say Ameen to that.
Ameen.
First and foremost, so we can get barakat, meaning rewards from the brother Issa, the positive he got going on in the city, in Savannah, in Chatham County, to Savannah State, to the Georgia Southern, formerly known as Armstrong on Abercorn Street. So, big shout out to you, man. All the hard work you done and put in for the city, man, and everything, man. Everything from the tours to the educations to the Gullah Geechee, the South Carolina, the Chatham County, the Savannah, the Brunswick, the Glenn County, the Jekyll and all that. The whole coastal empire. That's all. I'm gonna shut up.
We say alhamdulillah, we say shukran, we give him so much high. And what's so crazy is that now I was on Hilton Head just earlier dealing with some issues over there right now for our people over there. So yeah, we have to be right there. Let the folks know, because again, that's what we're going to say. And that comes from us. And we're going to get into this with regard to the dean. We tell folks like this: we see injustice, we see injustice. We should remove the injustice with our hands.
With our hands.
And if we can't do it with our hands, then we should speak out against it.
Speak out on it. In the weakest of faith,
just disagree within your heart. So my thing,
in your heart.
if I got the feet, I got the hands, and I got the mouth, then I got a job I got to be doing. So that's the beauty about us and our telephones. That's what the deal is. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the thing. We're going to be talking the way of life, and we're going to be getting into that. And so, but we want people to Brother Yvonne, do what we're going to find out. We're going to find out from you. Who inspires you? What inspires you?
Who inspires me and what inspires me? Interesting question. In terms of what inspires me, it's the people around me. Of course, like my brother Bilal. When I came into the religion and I came into the deen, I came in around that COVID time. So at that time, of course, the masjid, the mosque is shut down, and I'm left to my own knowledge, and in Islam, you need help. You got to have brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's a community, So eventually, after the masjid opened back up, I connected with this brother. I didn't even know him. Him and I just started talking one day, and it's been up ever since. So helping the reverts, helping a lot of the Muslims who come into the deen is important to me. I meet a lot of the brothers who just coming home. I meet a lot of brothers who just came into the religion, and I'm a bridge to them, because I understand a lot of where they came from. So in terms of the inspiration is the Muslims. It's the Muslims. Who, in terms of who, it's many. So who is the many Muslims here, and what is helping people in the deen.
Mashallah, mashallah.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So the last question before we jump into this conversation, last question is this. What song or songs give you that that when you hear that song, like, it take you to another level? Like, yeah, what song or songs, give you that give you that feeling?
Songs that give you that songs that give you that feeling. I've tried to cut back on the music in these days now, but I'm a early 2000s kid. So, of course, that Many Men by 50 Cent, back then. Yeah. I can hear that any day. I can hear it in the gym, and I'm ready to go, Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir.
Many Men by 50 Cent.
Yes, indeed. That's it. Because some people checking out the show. That's what, again, we said everyone share. Glad to have all y'all. Sister Deidre Murray right there with us all the time. Glad to have all y'all right there. Got folks, again, brothers and sisters from around the entire country. Quinn Brill, glad to have you right here with us. So now, and I'm giving some historical context with regards to you all in the audience checking out the show. I tell people this, that one of the most misunderstood, one of the ways of life that has many misconceptions, misunderstood, is I tell folks is involved in traditional African spirituality. People misunderstand that, not understand, don't have a clue. So we got that, bam. But then also another way of life that's misunderstood, a spiritual way of life that's misunderstood is Al-Islam. But again, so I throw it out there, traditional African spirituality and Al-Islam. And that when I tell folks, and when it comes down to it, guess what a lot of times is out there? It's time people look just like this, people who got melanin in them. And so we have a society that, again, that feeds off of, we have media outlets that push with regards to these misconceptions and people not understand it. So historical context, that now, this is what people are going to say. And again, it's not just Jamal Touré saying this, but people are going to say, some people are going to say, for African people who are brought from the continent of Africa and brought to the Americas. Now, I know some of y'all got some mythology. People, y'all know I talk about this all the time, that most of us do not know history, mythology. We spit out the mythology. We regurgitate the mythology. And so, again, our people came from the continent. They came from the continent. So this is the deal. They go and say that 1 out of 5, some numbers say 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 4 are our brother, the late Jim Picoult, one of the founders of Geechee Kunda Museum, also a believer from Brunswick, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, Detroit, and Philly. Jim said the number's 1 out of 3. 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, the Africans brought here were Muslims. So I say to black folks, when people begin to have issues and they buy into these misconceptions, these mythologies, these lies, again, the misunderstanding, I tell black folks, guess what? For you to be here right now, guess what? That means that you got some African Muslim on a branch of your family tree that made it possible for you to be here right here. You are here right now because they survived. They went forward. They continued on. They made it happen for you. So when you not come with some of this stuff, attacking them, you're attacking a part of your line. That's why I asked that the question about family, about who your people are. Guess what? If you say you honoring your people, guess what? You know better than attack the part of the branches that made it possible for you to be here, a part of the roots for you to be right here.
Right.
Guess what? You attack that, and guess what? You got somebody sitting on a family tree that said, "La ilaha illallah," that said, "There's no God but Allah." So again, but black folks don't have an understanding of that because again, it's the misinformation. And so that's what we're here to talk about, some of that. And the other element too, especially y'all heard Brother Bilal throw it out there when he talked about Gullah Geechee culture. Just like when we crack a teeth like this year, I'm rapping funny this year. Woo! Some of y'all say, what? When we speak like that, because when I say crack your teeth in Gullah, that means to speak. I said unravel your thought like this year here, or if I had say unravel your mouth funny, if I had said unravel your thought, if I say unravel your mouth funny, I would say if we speak in English, that's all Gullah. The Gullah language is tied to African people. The most studied black folks in the United States, Gullah Geechee people. We've been the longest studied people in this country right here, and we don't even realize it. From North Carolina, going on down to Florida, then the small pockets of us in Oklahoma, Southern Tejas, Southern Texas, and in Northern Mexico. Again, we're the most studied people of all, out of all black folks, the longest studied. And so with that culture, guess what? We got a language. We have a language, and that even though people gave us the bad idea saying that it was broken English, bad English, they didn't even speak English. That's right. You know, like they didn't know how to speak English. Guess what? We're speaking an African language that's called Gullah. And the powerful part to this right here, y'all saying, Jamal, you know, some of y'all know I talked about this, but some of y'all the first time hearing this right here. The first time that the Gullah language is ever written down, some of you think it's Charleston, South Carolina. No, not Charleston. Some might go and say Beaufort. No, not Beaufort. Some might go say Georgetown or Pawleys Island. No, Savannah, Georgia. The first time that the Gullah language is ever written down, and it's not in the 1900s or 2000s, it's in the 1850s.
1850. Shout out to Sandfly.
That's my brother. That's why I said, y'all. I told y'all how y'all be all right. I'll be all right. Know how it's gonna be. All right. That's why I don't even sweat it. I just roll with it. So, Sandfly, Montgomery, Isle Hope, pinpoint all that right there.
All that right there.
And in fact, I tell people this right here. There were over 65 Gullah Geechee communities in Chatham County alone. But see, when you don't know your story, people go and tear it on up. You let somebody else go and write the story for you. But the first time that the Gullah language is ever written down, first time ever, is in Savannah, Georgia in 1850s. And it is written down by an African by the name of London. London, when he writes the Gospel of John and Gospel hymns in Gullah, hear me say Gospel hymns in Gullah and the Gospel of John, he did not use English letters. He used Arabic.
Wow.
Strike out.
Wow.
People not even understand the depth of this right here. So for black folks, when they go and say black folks only have oral traditions, absolutely wrong. With African people, some of them coming from what we know as northern Nigeria, that area, Hassa and all of them coming from that area right there, guess what? They had over 3,000 schools there. And another part, what we know, Fota Turo, Fota Jolan, all that, we know Western Senegal, Gambia, all that, going to Sierra Leone, guess what? They had over 30,000 schools that were Quranic schools, where boys and girls are going to school. They're not writing in English, they're writing in Arabic. So when they brought across the water, they don't lose the ability to write. And so guess what? We ain't got to say we some oral people. We are literate people too, because some they come over here writing. And so that's why Gullah, the first time it's ever written down, is written down by an African who was Muslim, he may have gone and became, a Nazarene, an Ansar, become Christian because that's experience right here. Because they did. Omar Ibn Said did it. So guess what? That goes to show you the ties and the connections. But guess what? When you let somebody else come in your head, they were going to tear it up. And the last thing I'm going to say on this right here, y'all know I got an African proverb. I create my own African proverb that I say, a mosquito will not teach an elephant to be an elephant. A mosquito will teach an elephant to be a mosquito. And here go elephants walking around here thinking they're mosquitoes, thinking something wrong with them, they're abnormal, not understanding their power and their glory, their majesty. So I'm going to throw it out here to you, Brother Bilal. What does Al-Islam mean to you? What does the deen mean to you?
Well, the deen mean to me, it's a way of life, first and foremost. It's Allah. It's Allah's religion. It's the deen means way of life in American terms, religion. Anything could be a person religion. Television, sports, anything could be a person religion. It's what you give the most time to. Now, we all know that every religion is named after a man. It's man-made, except Al-Islam. Allah says in the Quran, now I name your way of life Al-Islam. So this is how I know for a fact that this is the truth. This is the hope. This is the truth. Islam changed my life completely. And I'm still got tons of work to do, right? But I want to give out. I want people like non-Muslims, even Muslims that's born Muslims. All us is born on the fitra, natural incline to Islam. But it's Allah says it's your environment that make you a Jew, a Christian, or a Sabian, right? So I want to challenge the Muslims, the believers and non-believers that really have a detailed study in the seerah of the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Seerah meaning his bibliography. Just study it, because it's a lot of misconceptions that Islam might have came to Africa by the sword. That's a lie. The Prophet Muhammad, if you read the battles, he never was the aggressor. Allah says in the Quran, he hate the aggressor. Don't be the aggressor. In his battles, he never was the aggressor. His companions, going back to his companions, like I said, my brother Ali, basically the Prophet Muhammad homeboys. Before Islam, the Arabs back then in that time, they used to go to war off of poetry, because that's how rich the Arabic language was. Off of poetry, just off of poetry. They used to go to war if you talk bad about their father, their bloodline. They was war ready. The Prophet Muhammad, before he became a prophet, he seen this. You know what I'm saying? This was an environment. I mean, matter of fact, in the Bible, right? It says that God says that Ishmael, which is the bloodline that the Arabs come from, that Ishmael was gonna be blessed. Will have a savage and blessed nation. The Arabs were savage before Islam. When Islam claimed they was blessed. So if you study the Prophet Seerah, it shows you how he used to deal with certain things in life, from war to women to men, and I see how people a lot of people always like to say, oh, he only became Muslim when he went to prison. Well, when you're in prison, you got a lot of time to study, you know what I'm saying? And then when you read these stories, it's real life. It's real life. Like we at a war. It's real life. And some of his companions, some of his homeboys used to make mistakes. Going back again, I got ahead of myself. His homeboys, when they used to go to war, they used to be like, man, old messenger, let's get him. Let's go at him. The prophets, man, let's relax, calm down. I ain't got a revelation yet. Just chill. Don't force the war. Don't like war. Don't like war. Don't love war. War is not good. War is not good. But if you have to go to war, you go to war fisabilillah, for the sake of Allah. before Islam, like I said, they used to go to war off of this simple, this stupid things. You know what I'm saying? So the prophet had to change actually brainwash their mind. There's nothing wrong to get brainwashed. It's called brainwash. Clean your mind. That they went to war for these things, but now you going to war off of faith just for the sake of Allah. You know, and you know that maybe that's a misconception. I think a lot of people have an Islam. We all know the Prophet Muhammad.
But loud, you know, Ali gotta have a chance to talk too now.
Hey, you right, inshallah, man. But go ahead, brother Ali. You can, hey, brother Ali, if you want to take
go
the
ahead,
long,
go ahead. Let you go ahead and wrap it on, and then let brother Ali, and then we're gonna go to a break.
So you know, it was I forget. The Prophet Muhammad told some of the Sahaba to make hijrah to Abyssinia, which is Ethiopia, to go see the Christian, this Christian king. He was trustworthy though. The Prophet knew he was trustworthy, and they said the Prophet stayed back. He stayed in Mecca. So some of the people went to Medina, not Medina, went to Ethiopia, Abyssinia. Went to go holler at the king, you know, the scholar, whatever you want to call him. But he was heavy on Christian, but he knew the truth. He knew Tawheed. Tawheed mean the oneness of God. Mm-hmm. The oneness of God. There's no God, there's no deity but Allah. So they read, I can't quote it, but they read him, I think the Surah Maryam Imran. I can't remember. They was talking about Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him. And this king told him, verily, y'all speak the truth. Isa, son of Maryam, verily, you speak the truth. And the king took the Muslims in, took them in. But the Muslims was so player, you know what I'm saying? Like people love they style, you know what I'm saying? They spoke the truth. They love the way they handle business. They love the way they just handle themselves, you know. Even the king eventually died, right? A lot of people really don't say this though, but the Prophet Muhammad sallam, that was the first janazah prayer that was performed when the deceased body wasn't there. That's how some scholars say the king, he took his shahada. He died in the state of Islam. He died as a Muslim. That was the first janazah. When he heard that Ethiopian Christian, that high superior Christian man died, he held a janazah, meaning a funeral prayer, without the deceased body there. And that's all I want to say. People can do their research and do it themselves. Do your research. Don't look at TikTok. TikTok mess your mind up. You blow your head off. It just mess you up.
Alhamdulillah.
All right. So, Brother Imam, I'll let you go on.
We're talking about Islam.
What does the deen mean to you? What does Al-Islam mean to you?
Well, you know, to me, you know, to piggyback off what my brother said, it's a complete way of life. But it's more than me, you know, it goes beyond me. Islam was sent to the darkest place in the world at the time. Right? Islam was sent to the, you know, out in the middle of Arabia, in the desert. It was harsh out there, right? A lot of murder going on, sex, everything going on. Islam came to clean that up. If we take a look at Black America here, in terms of Islam, in terms of even the seeds of Islam, even coming from like the Nation of Islam, right? In terms of Black progression, Islam aided the progression of the Black man more than any other religion, any other organization, anything here in America. Islam came to clean up the Black man's mind. So, of course, when you talk to brothers about Islam, a lot of the brothers are going to tell you, oh, aren't those the people who had Black people and slaves? You know, how you going to choose a religion who enslaved your people? Right?
Which is false.
Yeah. But even if we go with that, even if we take that, who cares how Islam came to you? Who cares how you received it? It was a gift. It was a gift. In that noble book, the Quran, Allah's words, he tells you many times, if you can produce a book that's more true, please produce it. If there's any words that's more true, please bring them forth. And for 1,500 years, almost 1,500 years, hadn't anybody been able to do it.
Mm.
So, when we talk about the ills of community, the ills of society, the ills of a person, Islam cleans that up. So it's a way of life. It's how the brother said, it's how to deal with women, how to deal with your family, how to deal with laws. Islam is a complete system. It's not a religion. It's a system. It's a complete system. It's a way of life. All right. So Islam is more than something personal. Islam is everything.
Alhamdulillah. Can I say something real quick? Let me clean this up for my brother. Let me clean this up. Islam, and because it probably go over somebody head, but Islam did not enslave nobody. That's pre-Islamic. Islam came to free slaves.
Hmm.
If you commit adultery, Allah say free a slave. It came to free slaves, not putting people into slavery. Bilal was the Ethiopian slave of an Arab, but he was Muslim. And Abu Bakr, the Prophet Muhammad, right-hand man, he had that money. He got wind of how this Arab, a non-Muslim, a pagan Arab, a Bedouin Arab, was treating Bilal. He went. He said, how much you want for Bilal? He gave him a number. Abu Bakr paid it. The dude said something, but I can't even believe you paid for him like this amount of money. He said if you would have went up on the price, I would have still gave you the money. And Bilal again, he was from Ethiopia. He was the first caller, the caller of prayer. He was the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu treasurer. It was an incident. It was a story because the Arabs, again, Islam, because this is a new way of life for them also. I forget one of the companions' name, but he said something racist to Bilal, and it messed Bilal up. Bilal went to the Prophet and told him. The Prophet checked the other brother, right? The other brother went and crying because it's the Prophet talking to you now. Like, man, you're handling your business wrong. You know what I'm saying? So he went back to Bilal, apologized. He put his face on the hot sand and told Bilal to step on his face. Bilal said, man, get up, brother. They hugged, kissed each other. MashaAllah, that was it. Alhamdulillah. That's all.
But I ain't hugging him right now. Y'all know we gotta go to a commercial. That's why I had told y'all. See, we should go to a commercial. Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer.
Wentworth on June 21st and celebrate Juneteenth with us. Bring the kids, your family, and your friends and enjoy a day of entertainment, history, culture, and fun. Don't forget, The Port Wentworth Juneteenth Festival is June 21st in Port Wentworth.
We are back. This is Ron Tell That, and we have with us Brother Avon Ali. We got Brother Bilal Akbar Poland in the house. And we say to all of y'all, share. In addition, we say support our advertisers, Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm, with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Garden City on Highway 80. Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Jr. Boulevard. And Shep's Food and Gas. Don't ride by, stop by at Styles of Gwinnett Streets here in the city of Savannah. We ain't got but 57 minutes on the show. We ain't got but 57 minutes. But Bilal, he be wanting to go on. That is how it is when you're doing the people from Beach High School. That foolishness. They just want to go on. We don't care about 1867. We ain't care about all that right now. So we're going to come right to this right here. And so this is the deal. What do you say to that brother or sister who might want to inquire with regards to Al-Islam? And particularly, I'm saying, throwing it out there, that brother and sister who got a lot going on in their world. What do you say? And we ain't talking about no 5-minute answers, Brother Avon.
Easiest way to inquire, easiest way to get the best knowledge, easiest way to cut out the middleman is to take out that phone that you got, that you have on you all day. Open up the Google, take a look at the mosque in your area, the closest mosque in your area. Call there or go down there and talk directly to the imam there. Easiest way to come into the religion. It doesn't matter if you're nervous. A mosque is a home to everyone. Right, also, if you're too shy to do that, if you know a brother and sister who are Muslim, ask them. Ask them about it. All it takes is a conversation.
Inshallah.
Brother Bilal.
Like my brother Ali said, man, don't be scared, man. A lot of people make the excuses of, man, I'm not ready yet, man. I'm still sinning. That's the purpose of coming to the deen. Allah said if he so-called will, he'll wipe out this nation and start another creation, ones that don't sin. But he loved the one that come back to him. He loved the one that make Tawbah. He loved the one that make repentance. I like to quote. I like to give little quotes to the Bible. We all know the Quran is the greatest book, is the top-notch book. But even the Bible states that God say He's a jealous God. We always got to remember Allah. We cut out the middleman. We don't pray to Jesus. We don't pray to Prophet Muhammad. Say salam. We don't pray to Moses. We don't pray to Job. We don't pray to Allah. We just go to the Creator. We go to the one who created the prophets. We don't go into a closet and confess our sins to another man that can't do nothing for you.
And also, just to add on to that, it is no perfect time. It's never a perfect time to do anything. It's no case ever that you're going to have a perfect scenario to do anything, whether it's inquire about Islam, whether it is to jump in the pool, whether it's to do anything. It's no perfect scenario. Easiest way is just to do it.
Hey, Brother Ali, I could throw a jab at you?
Yeah.
Even with I ain't gonna throw a jab out like I tell people all the time, when people like to make the excuse of I'm not ready to have kids. When you keep on saying that, you keep on giving that excuse, that's gonna be an excuse for another 10, 15 years. You're never ready to have kids. You
exactly
adapt to it. You just like Islam, you're not gonna if you the one that like to intoxicate, that like to drink, you're not gonna sit there and just stop drinking right then and there.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes time to weed yourself off of stuff. And Allah knows our struggle. Allah sometimes give us a struggle that bring us reward. That's the cut of Allah. That's the decree. That's the decree of Allah. So, alhamdulillah, inshallah, man. May Allah open up all our bosoms, all our hearts to accept Islam. Even us that we claim that we Muslims. May Allah guide us to what is correct. Ameen.
And one of the things also, and for African people, because some of us get concerned, people don't realize that even if you are Christians, there are Christians who say Allah also,
Right,
in Arabic. Because again, and that's why I tell folks, and I asked this question, I did it with some people last week. I said, how do you say God in French? And they just like, look. And I said, how do you say God in Spanish? You know, I said, how do you say God in Portuguese? They don't say God. They say Dios, Dia. So again, when people hear Allah, and so some people are like, that's something like, no. It's like, if English is not my language, why would I go and say God? God comes from an English language. And so that's why I said, somebody said, Kulu, Name, Atanu. Again, and when we let people, again, that's why I said misconceptions, not understanding. And I tell folks this what the deal is. When you understand other languages, you can make bridges and connections. But then I had to expand it that when you understand other cultures, you can make bridges and connections. But as long as you don't understand languages or other cultures, guess what? You still caught up. And so that's why my thing is saying, how do we help people not to be caught up and give them information, giving them some of the light? And so for Brother Bilal, and it's going to be for you, Brother Ali, also, what's the most inspiring thing for you with regards to the deen? Because you've said some things last time on the show that stuck with me. That when we had you all on during Ramadan, and like I was saying, what are some of the most inspiring things for you with regards to you being Muslim or you experiencing the deen in the way of life? And there might be several, but then we just let you, not 10 minutes. I'm just saying.
Oh, you need a popping. Alhamdulillah.
So ball your court. Yeah, you know how I do that. I go one, then go to the other, start that. Okay. Your court.
Well, you know what? The deen inspires me every day, something new every day. Like I say, man, how do you handle situations, man? Brother Ali, I went through a situation the beginning of the year, and my companion here, he know what I'm talking about, and the brother, he was there for me, gave all positivity, man. I'm talking about I was down, I'm a joyful person. I always keep a smile on my face. It was an Egyptian brother named Issa. He gave me some good pointers too, but he not on the show, so we ain't gonna talk about him. I'm gonna talk about my brother Ali right here. But it inspired me because the brotherhood. Allah say, want for your brother as you want for yourself. The brother didn't want to see me down. The brother wanted to see me up, joyful. He kept on saying, man, it's the cut of Allah. I could preach the cut of Allah all day, but the reminder benefits the believer, because it's human nature. You get down. Your faith goes up and down, and that's why Allah say, be amongst the believers. Be amongst the believers, man. They give you good, sound advice. And the brother Ali, man, I'm talking about, and I never think. I'm thinking them right now, man. Like, man, bro, it's Allah, but Allah used you, man, in my life, man. That really helped me get through that hurdle, bro. Like, seriously, I'm talking about I was down bad, bro. Bad. And we ain't talking about no, like, I'm from the streets. If you think I'm talking about down bad, I ain't talking about finances. Okay, talking about real life situations. Finances ain't nothing but monopoly money. But yeah, man, I want to thank you, man, right here on the show, because I don't think I never really genuine thanked you, man. And Jazakallah Khair, may Allah reward you with good in this life and the hereafter, man. And man, may whatever sins you got, man, you helping me, may they be expedited. Just that was just a good, a good example, with this deen. With the brotherhood, what the deen do for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you not, if you come to the deen, you come to Islam, it's not peaches and cream. Allah said you won't think you're gonna be tested like the generations that came before you. You know, shoot, sometimes the stuff go too good in my life. I'd be like, oh, Allah forgot about me. Man, I'm ready for my test, because we want our struggle right here in this dunya, in this world, you know. So hopefully in the hereafter we won't get questioned or judged. We can just go straight to the Jannah, you know. So inshallah, man, that's all I got.
All right, Brother Yvonne.
It's going to have to be two things. On the surface, it's going to have to be creation. In the Quran, it tells you, you know, to look at the mountains. It tells you, you know, to take a look at the birds that's in the sky. All of these simple things that we take for granted, right? You know, how the sun comes up every day, how the moon comes back on a all the years you've been alive, it just keeps happening, you know. Stars, right? All that's on the creation level. Another thing that inspired me in the religion in Al-Islam is the respect. You know, if you walk into a masjid, ain't no funny business going on, right? There's no respecting another brother. Well, it's no disrespecting another brother. It's no disrespecting a sister. You know, it's clean. And I can remember a time when I laid my eyes on this example of respect. It was a Jumu'ah Friday, crowded, you know, in the Jumu'ah, in the men's section, a man comes in, it's crowded, it's hot in there. A man comes in, has his little daughter, 2 years old. It's a daughter. He's with her. The men in this section parted the whole way to give her space to sit and play in the masjid as it's crowded in there. You know? So, you know, the amount of respect that the people showed a man they didn't know, it inspired me, because I knew I would get that same respect, and I can give that same respect.
All praise due to Allah.
All right. So we got to go to our second set of commercials right now. You know, because, you know, Brother Bilal had dominated the first part.
Oh, man, come on now, man. I think it was pretty equal, man. It was kind of balanced on the scales, man.
All right, so we're going to take a second verses, come back, and we're going to deal some more with our Brother Bilal, Brother Yvonne. We're here, run tell that. So, yes.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Cole.
Transformative, that's what Sonya Jackson is. Creative, that's what Sonya Jackson is. Compassionate, that's what Sonya Jackson is. Leadership, that's what Sonya Jackson demonstrates. Dedicated, that's what Sonya Jackson is. Chatham County, there's never been a tax commissioner like Sonya Jackson. She has made the office more accessible, more consistent, more convenient, and more service-friendly. Let's keep Sonya Jackson while she takes the tax commissioner's office to new heights. On May 21st, cast your vote for a great public servant. Vote Sonya Jackson for tax commissioner.
This is Run Tell That with Brother Avon Ali, Brother Bilal Akbar Poland. And so I got to share this with y'all right now. As to the audience, we say, especially around the country, in the United States, vote, 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 vote. It is essential. I came, like when I shared with Brother Bilal earlier and Brother Avon earlier, and said to you all, I came from Hilton Head, and the folks over there said that Jamal, people did not turn out to vote, and they got this awful person who now represents them, not looking out for their interests because they didn't turn out to vote. And so that's why we tell folks, get out to vote. Somebody tell you not to vote, guess what? They are working for the enemy. They ain't working for you. And with regards to Sonia Jackson, share this with y'all. I got a call yesterday from her office. They say, hey, listen, your property taxes on this property that you have over in the Geechiton, you got to take care of that right there. Bam. And I said, yo, I forgot about it. I said, not that this is your job. I like, but if you can give me a call at the end of the month, I'll go ahead and take care. They say, yeah, I'll do that. Yo, that's what happened when you have us in the office.
Yeah.
When you have us in the office, and that's that type of spirit. And so what you've been listening to these brothers, that's what Al-Islam represents for us. Not to say that, hey, I'm saying they're Muslim. I'm like saying this is what it's about. It's about we are providing a service. We understand about what we said in the very beginning about injustice. We speak out against it or we remove it physically. We remove the injustice. And that's what this is about. And so we want people to understand, again, that this is a way of life that everyone can embrace. And that it's a part of your DNA anyway.
Yeah,
it's a part of your DNA. And so we're gonna come to this right here, because again, we have only a certain amount of time, 57 minutes, 6:57. That's when they have us out, they cut us on off, they go into the ravel. And I'm doing this, even though I'm senior vice president for Our Black Media, they still on the little brother show. Everybody else got telethons, marathons, all this stuff like that. So it comes down to this right here. How are women viewed in Al-Islam? And we go to Brother Yvonne.
How are women viewed in
Viewed and treated in Al-Islam? Because again, we talk about misconceptions.
Well, the women are viewed in high status. In terms of marriage, a woman is protected and maintained. In terms of a mother, it is to be said in Islam, heaven is at the foot of the mother. So in terms of our women, if you go to any masjid, if you look at the women there, all of them are going to be covered up, and the covering in Islam is all about protection. So in terms of status, high status women in Islam, they're always treated well.
And I will throw something I'm going to add on to this. What I have done, I tell folks that women are a thermometer for any society. Women are a thermometer for any society. And I share this with folks. So again, understand it's not just women in general. It doesn't matter if you're Muslim, not Muslim, that the condition of a society based on the condition of the women. And when I throw this out to some people, they're like, look, I said that, what's the condition of women in society? Then they try to go and say, well, even in Afghanistan or such and such. So I said, no, I'm talking about right now in the United States, what's the condition? They say, oppress, discriminate against. I said, guess what? The thermometer. So if women are discriminated against, if they are oppressed, then that means the rest of us are oppressed also.
Yeah.
They are a thermometer for any society. If women are elevated, then that means you have an elevated society. Society is oppressive, women are oppressed, and guess what? The society is oppressive, and it impacts all of us. You could be an airman sitting in your apartment and get shot because of that oppression. That's why we got to speak out and stand up. And so, Brother Bilal, what's your perspective with regards to the status condition of women in Al-Islam?
Well, first and foremost, the woman, she's the first teacher of the house. Just how you said, man. If she oppressed, her kids gonna be oppressed, man. You can see a woman, women over here kind of violent, man. Like you might have a son or something, and your son come home, they be like, well, "What happened to you? You better go back out there and fight him. I don't care if you get beat up." That anger thing, but. The Prophet Muhammad says, that's another top. But the Prophet said, we have rights. The men have rights over women, and the women have rights over us. Everybody plays their role. He also preached kindness towards women. He told the Muslims, fear Allah in respect of women, and the best of you are they who behave best to their wives. The prophet also says this too. He said a woman is created like a bent rib. If you try to change it, you'll break her. Just let her be. Let it be. It may do it. Just let it be, man. But like I say, man, but that's another topic, rights of the husband, rights of the wife, and everybody know what lane they play, Everybody scratch each other back and everybody help each other. But first and foremost, we do it fisabilillah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we know first and foremost what we doing it for the sake of Allah, then everything else will fall in order, man. We'll know how to behave to one another, man. For a husband to behave to his wife, for a wife to behave to her husband, vice versa, man. But we got to love our women folks, man. We got to love them, man. We got to, especially our black women.
Yeah. And the late Imam Majid Ali alayhi salam, he discussed this and he shared it, and it intrigued some people when he said, listen, he said, the money that I earn as a husband, as a man in the house, that the money that I use must be spent for the house. If my wife decides to work and she got her income coming in, that's her money. That's for her to do what she wants. And so what happened, some sisters heard it, they're like, wait a minute, you mean to say that you got to take care of the expenses? You got I'm supposed to take care, I'm supposed to maintain. You direct how it goes, But so you say my money is my money? And them sisters like, oh, we like that. We like, yeah. So, because again, like,
hey, but let me add though, Akbar, alhamdulillah, man, and that's 100% correct. That's a hard pill to swallow. But but that's all right. But for sisters that out here working, man, and they helping with bills, and you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Yes.
The Prophet Muhammad, his first wife, Khadijah, she was a businesswoman. Right. The Prophet used to work for her. But she used to like how the Prophet used to come back with her coins and been like, I like how he handle business, how humble he is. So she told another person, tell Muhammad that I want to marry him. So guess what? She proposed to him. And she had the money. She took care, and she was the first one who embraced Islam because she believed in him, So that's extra barakah, extra blessing if you're in a society where you got to help out, but you don't have to because it's your money. You don't have to, man. Let's get that straight now. Don't any sisters come up here and say, well, dang, the brother trying to make it. Nah. We play both sides. We're gonna keep the scales balanced, you know what I'm saying? But that's your right, though. That's your money. That's your right. You ain't got to help out another man. I guess he had to get 2-3 more jobs, But alhamdulillah, if you help him out, mashallah, man.
Right. If it's up, and see again, and some people don't even realize that. That's when I say, hey, listen, that's a part of it. But we are down to our last 2 minutes. It's going to be a word of inspiration. You got only 1 minute word of inspiration that you want to give to the people, that you want to share to people, Brother Bilal.
Inspiration, man. Keep on striving. If y'all trying to, come into the study Islam, if y'all considering Islam, hey, nobody has an excuse no more. It's the internet, man. It's the World Wide Web, man. Knowledge is everywhere, man. It's easy to get to, but be careful because some knowledge is not good knowledge. So always confirm what you read, keep studying, and that's all I got, man. And remember what you're doing it for, man. This life is short. This life is just play. It's an illusion. We know for a fact all us gonna taste that dirt, all us gonna die. We know that for a fact. So why not try to live righteously, piously? Just try our best. Just try our best because it's an afterlife after this. Give me 1 more minute. It's just like a person. If you can remember, but you can't if you was in your mother womb. If you could remember, if you was in your mother womb, you getting bigger and bigger, and you thinking that everything is getting darker and darker. The walls getting tighter and tighter, darker and darker. And then all of a sudden, you probably might say, man, I'm about to die here. Then all of a sudden, boop, you come out your mama, it's full of light. That's another life right there.
Alhamdulillah.
All right.
Whatever it is that you've been procrastinating with, you need to get up and do it now. And nobody is coming to save you.
Nobody coming to save you. Nobody.
Nobody's coming to save you. So if it's that project, if that new thing you're trying to start, whatever it is, start today. Mashallah.
And in fact, I've shared this with people too. I said that, listen here, You want somebody else to be the Messiah? You be the Messiah. You be your own Messiah. You be the Messiah. Or
You can be a Messiah.
You're looking for somebody to be the Mahdi. You be the Mahdi. You the Majid. You be it. Don't look for other people. Don't let me be a part of it. Let me be a part of the change, as opposed to always want somebody else to be the hero and the shero. Like, no, because guess what? The Haitian proverb is menapel she palu. Many hands make the load lighter. Many hands make the load lighter. So if there's a bunch of messiahs out there, guess what? We change the world. A bunch of Mahdi's out there, we change the world.
Allah said, change yourself, then your family from the head.
That's
So
right.
save yourself first, then your family from the hellfire. So it all boils down to you first.
That's it. So, Brother Yvonne, we got the most important question that comes on this show right here. The most important question. I'm gonna throw it out there to you now. What is the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia? What is the best high school in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia? What's the best high school here?
Okay, I didn't go to high school here, but I did drive the school bus here. I worked in the school system a little bit here. And if I just had to say, just from my eyes looking in, I'm gonna say Johnson High School, East Side. Alhamdulillah.
Is Herschel B. Jenkins High School, HBJ, 1800 Eastern Red Avenue. Oh my God.
Shout out to everybody at Johnson High School.
Johnson High. See, I missed it, man. I missed it. I'm sorry, I missed it, man. The music, it's a music cut on. It's from the sisters, Sister Kalina from Philadelphia, man. A Muslim up there in Philadelphia. She make good music, and my spot thing came on, so I had to mute it real quick. But hold up, what you say now? You say Jenkins?
Herschel B. Jenkins High School, aka Heavens B. Jenkins High School, 800 Eastern Avenue.
Man.
West Side.
Man.
Straight up.
Man.
That's right. Warriors in the house. West Side, all that right there. And so we had our brothers on here. And so I'm going to do this right now. As Senior Vice President of Our Black Media, Bilal going to have his own show. Bilal going to have his own show. He's going to have his own show. I don't know if it's going to be bi-weekly, monthly, weekly, whatever. That's what's going to happen. But that's what's about. It's about to happen right now. He's going to have his own show. He going to have. Even the president was like, he need his own show.
Oh man.
So that's what's about to happen. Our Black Media and Bilal coming together. He's going to have his own show. Mashallah.
Mashallah, holding it down for the Savannah Seaport. I'm a Savannian,
So yes,
Hawkins Street, Beach High School. Big shout out. I had to throw that out there. Thank you. Yeah, Allah reward you.
This is why we ain't got freedom today. So again, we're going to have our brothers on with us. Just run, tell that. We said check out the other shows here on Our Black Media. We got the Rabble coming up next. Again, we got Brother Yvonne Ali, Brother Bilal Akbar Holland, who about to now have his own show on Our Black Media. I just can't wait. And I'm gonna come on there and I'm gonna act a fool because y'all know I like when I'm a guest on the show, I act worse than what I do right here. I can't wait.
Habibi, but we're gonna get one thing corrected real quick before we end up fighting now. That's pollen, Pollen, like the bad. I'm gonna tell you how my daddy said, like the bad stuff in the air.
Oh yeah. I was checking out my man, other thing, but yesterday. So our brother, Bilal Akbar Pollen in the house. So yeah. So again, his sister Katina, but yeah. So but yeah.
Katina.
So we signing out right now, and we'll see y'all next week. And on next week we're gonna have a doctor dealing with renal failure. There's a study going on, and it's to Gullah Geechee people right here. We want y'all to check it out because they have a study, and we're going to be a part of that, getting the word out with regards to that. In particular, our people here, coastal Georgia, South Carolina, northern Florida, and southeastern North Carolina. We sign out right now. Say assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Peace and blessings. We're out of here.
Peace.